I'm here. I saw Boots. I seen his work. Yeah, I got him. I see you, Boots. You gonna have to see me. Flair is the #1 champion, and he's coming fast. I'm calling out everybody. Everybody can get it every single time. Woo!
YouTube, it's KB with JusDueBoxing, back with another video. Before I get into this video, I want to say, if you're new to the channel, if your first time coming across the content, don't forget to subscribe. Helps the channel grow, goes a long way. And to those that been supporting the channel and been rocking with me, I appreciate it. So let's get into it, man. As we wait for these fights to approach this weekend, I came across a old interaction, a little altercation, if you want to call it that. A war of words between Blair the Flair Cobbs and Jaron Ennis. I thought it'd be interesting to talk about this fight potentially taking place because, Blair Cobbs said Boots got to see him, and he was, barking as if he really wanted smoke with Boots. So let's talk about it. Blair Cobbs, 15-1, 10 KOs, 32 years old, southpaw, 5'10 and a half. His birthplace is Philly. We know Boots Ennis is from Philly as well, so that's interesting. He's fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, coming off a TKO over 29-3 Brad Solomon in a very entertaining fight. Cobbs got a very energetic, fast-paced, kind of earthy-jerky style. Got some really good speed, good combination puncher. He definitely lets his hands go. Quick feet as well, but it'd be a little reckless at times, and he gets hit quite a bit. Like I always say, one thing I'm always preach on this channel is being defensively responsible, and he definitely needs to improve on the defensive end if he wants to compete with the likes of Jaron Ennis in the top echelon of the welterweights in this division. Cobbs, to this point, has faced limited opposition, with the exception of Brad Solomon. That was his most named opponent, most experienced opponent. That was, I guess, his toughest test to date. And he did a fairly good job. The fight was competitive, entertaining. Brad Solomon put up a good fight, put up some resistance. He definitely tested Blair Cobbs, but nonetheless, Cobbs was able to overpower him and get the TKO stoppage. And it was a good showing for Blair Cobbs, but I don't think that performance beats a Jaron Ennis. And as we know, for Boots Ennis, he's 28-0, 26 KOs, 24 years old, 5'10", 74-inch reach. He fighting out of Philly, So he's coming off a first round knockout over 5-1 Thomas Delorme, which was supposed to be his toughest test, which he passed with flying colors, man. He completely destroyed Delorme with ease, dropping him multiple times on his way to a first round stoppage. At this point, I think Boots deserves a shot at a title, or the very, very top echelon of the welterweight division. And being that a fight with Crawford is unlikely between Boots and Crawford at this point. Earl Spence is tied up, Keith Thurman is tied up. The big names in the division is tied up. Danny Garcia and Boots they have a relationship, they're friendship, so I don't think they'll fight each other. But we got this kid Blair Cobbs, and even though he's only 15-1, hey, just the hurt business, and if you call somebody out, we got to take you up on that. We got to believe that you serious. You acted like you wanted to smoke with Boots. I think you were just barking, trying to, cause some excitement or whatnot. I truly don't think Blair Cobbs wants a fight with Jaron Ennis at this point in his career, because in all honesty, if this fight were to happen, I think Boots would dominate him. I think Blair Cobbs, no doubt about it, he could be competitive for as long as the fight lasts. But like I said, competitive. But I still think he gets dominated and stopped. His levels, So I'm always say that, preach that on this channel. It's levels in boxing, and it don't take much to see that Boots is on a completely different level than Blair Cobbs. You know, not to say Blair Cobbs is, you know, a cakewalk, but like I said, there are levels, and no performance I've seen from Blair Cobbs beats a Jaron Ennis. You know, I just honestly don't think, and this is no shade to Blair Cobbs, because I like him as a fighter. I respect him. I like him. He's entertaining, but I just don't think there's anything that he does better than Boots. And, you know, correct me if I'm wrong. Y'all get in the comment section and let me know what y'all think. But I don't think Blair the Flair does anything better than Boots. You know what I mean? Boots, one of the highly skilled young fighters, is one of the best fighters in boxing at any weight. You know, and I think he's one of the most complete, talented, and God-gifted fighters in boxing. You know, he does things that you can't teach. He's just God-gifted. He's skilled beyond his years. And like I said, I see him dominating Cobbs if this fight were to really happen, because he's just on another level. And like I said, it could be entertaining and competitive for as long as it lasts, but it's not going the distance. And I got Jaron Ennis stopping Blair the Flair Cobbs mid to late, depending on what Blair's chin is made of. You know, he's been on the canvas before, you know, by fighters that are nowhere near on the level of
There's a big left.
You know, that's an uphill battle. That's a tough fight for him. I mean, I think he's seen Boots, and he's seen an opportunity to make some buzz around his name, and so he tried to call him out and say that he'd fight him and things like that. But we gonna see. I mean, because like I said, you know, with all the top names, you know, at welterweight either tied up or just not willing to get in there with Boots right now, who knows? Maybe Blair the Flair, if he a man of his word, maybe he'll get in there with Boots Ennis, man. Yeah, I think it'll be an entertaining fight, like I said, for as long as it lasts. You know, Blair's a good boxer. He got some good skill, got some decent power, good speed. You know, he's really energetic, fights at a fast pace, lets his hand go. You know, he got a big heart. But I just think you need skill, heart, power, speed, IQ. There's a ton of things you need to beat Jaron Ennis, and I just don't see Blair the Flair Cobbs having those tools, those necessary tools to get the job done if this fight were to happen. You know, I think it's interesting to talk about nonetheless. You know, with not that much going on in boxing, with us waiting for the weekend for these fights to come, I thought this was a good topic to touch on. I believe this altercation or interaction, a little verbal back and forth, happened, I think, after Boots' fight with the Lord Man. So, you know, it's old but still recent, and nonetheless, it's interesting to talk about. I mean, there's welterweights. It's a lot of matches to be made. I mean, like I said, Boots is going. It's going to be tough for him to get certain guys in the ring, but at 28-0, 26 knockouts, you can't deny this kid for much longer. Like, I truly think he's going to be the future of the welterweight division in the near future. You know, I mean, right now, you know, Spence and Crawford doing their thing at the very top of the division, but Boots ain't far from it, and all this kid needs is an opportunity. And if you ask me, he deserves it. I mean, how many more fights do he need to prove himself? How many, you know, up-and-comers or, you know, faded champions or ex-champions do you need to see him face before you know he's ready to get in there with the absolute best? And I truly hope this year or in the very near future we see Jaron Ennis competing for a world title, because I think he's gonna make somebody pay for every minute they made him wait. You know, so that's just my thoughts on Blair the Flair Cobbs and Jaron Ennis altercation or verbal back and forth, if you want to call it. I just wanted to get my thoughts on a potential fight, and you know, if this is even a realistic fight. Is this really a possibility? Would Blair Cobbs put his 15-0-1 record on the line against a 28-0-1? I mean, excuse me, 28-0.
I'm here. I saw Boots.
24-year-old Ennis.
Yeah, I got him.
It'd be an uphill battle. It'd be a tough fight for him.
You gonna have to see me.
Hey, let's see what
Blair
happens,
Flair
man.
is
That's
the
my
number one
thoughts.
champion, and and he's coming
Coming
fast.
across the content
I'm
for
calling
the
out
first time.
everybody.
Don't forget to
Everybody
subscribe,
can get it.
share the
Every single
videos,
time.
hit that like button. As always, get in that comment section and let me know if I gave Blair the Flair Cobbs and Jaron Ennis their just due, because that's what I do over here at Just Do Boxing. To the next one, I'm out. Peace.